What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to have some 958 turbo content today, and I'm going to go over what we're going to be installing in today's video. As you've seen in the previous video, I installed these Eurowise rear control arms. I had issues with these airbags, and I've been trying to figure out what is going on with it. I installed one set of airbags in the rear. Those leaked. Well, I'm thinking they leaked. And then I installed a second set, and I had the same issue. So where are we at with that? That's the thing with air. It's a process of elimination, unfortunately. And I didn't know where to go with this. And I really didn't want to have to replace parts that didn't need replacing yet. But we're at a point where I kind of eliminated the steps and procedures that would have been required to figure out what is going on. So again, the two set of struts that I had in there, both went down after about 2 hours. So I figured it's probably not bad luck and having two bad struts, but we're gonna have to kind of diagnose what's going on with this left driver's side rear. Here we have the new valve block. It is an OEM part. I did not go with some Chinese junk for this. It already comes assembled from the looks of it. I know the one on FCP site, there was one that was like all together or all disassembled, and you have to put it together yourself. So this one looks like it already comes with everything assembled, and then you just got to put the lines on there. To access the compressor and valve block, you have to remove this plastic tray underneath here, and these torque screws are going to be a T30. So just remove them all front to back on the passenger side rocker panel right underneath, and you get those out. So the panel's off now, and you can see that the valve block is here with all the lines running through, and the compressor. So we're gonna have to disconnect all the connectors here, and then disconnect the air lines that go into the valve block, and then drop these bolts, and the whole thing comes down. This is all one unit here, so this is all pretty much going to have to come out together. 12mm wrench will take these lines out. So do one by one until you get them all out, and we'll move on to the next step. I'd have to say that was less than pleasant to remove all these lines because it's pretty tight in there. But we got them out, and they're all separated. So let's get this thing out of here. And to remove these three bolts, 1, 2, and 3, it's a 13mm to remove those. So I have the compressor, and now I remove the valve block. I don't have some tools to remove. It looks like some sort of line, maybe like a vent line. It looks like it has clamps here. I don't have the proper tools to remove that, so I'm just gonna let it sit here. And there was two T30 torque screws that hold the block in right here where my fingers are at, and you just remove it and the valve block comes out just like that. So I guess I just need to figure out, looks like these came with new fittings, and this doesn't have fittings. So I'm assuming these probably go to the lines, and those are already on there. So I'll probably just remove these and then screw those back on. So I was able to get the new valve block on there, and while it was on the vehicle. So again, it may not be something that you want to do, but this is what I had to work with. Like I said, I didn't have some specific tools to get everything off as I wanted, but this will do. So let's get this back up in there. The new valve block is in there, man. What a pain in the behind. I mean, to get these airlines back in there with such little room to spare, you get your fingers, hold the line, and use your 12mm wrench. It's a pain, I'm not gonna lie. It took me the longest to get that back in there more than anything else. There's a connector on this side of the valve block towards the rocker panel, so you got to make sure you connect that first before you put this back up there, because you will not be able to get to that. Then you got to connect all the air lines, and then make sure you connect these two connectors back as well. You got the 3 bolts, 13 millimeter, go straight up into the chassis, and then just secure that, and then you're good to go. So that pretty much concludes the installation of the new valve block. Make sure we have no leaks and stuff once I end up putting air back in it. That's it. I'm hoping that this new valve block is going to be the solution to my problem for the leaky rear driver's side strut area. I'm hoping that that's going to be the case. I'm actually going to try it with the new valve block first without a new line. The line did not arrive in time today, so I'm just going to continue with the install, and hopefully that will be the solution to what we were looking for. That's going to conclude this video. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, basic tools, and just make sure that you can dive into it and not be afraid to get your hands dirty. This was my first time replacing anything air related in the Porsche Cayenne, and I was able to do it. So I walked you step by step what you need and the size and measurements of the tools that you're going to need to get this done. And it's pretty straightforward. So I hope you guys are able to get something out of this video, especially the Porsche fans out there and the Cayenne owners that are going to need to replace this in case you're having the same issue that I'm having. So that one side, not even one side, one corner is just dropping down after 2 to 3 hours. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a solution, because from what I've read, that the valve block can fail internally and cause that to happen. So I've spent days and days of reading up on stuff. So I'm trying to give you the knowledge that I've absorbed through the forums and Facebook groups and things that I've read online and spoken to individuals too. So this is a bunch of information that I've soaked up over the last few days to try to figure out what is going on with the Cayenne. And then in the next video, I'm going to cover the air process and putting nitrogen back in the system, because I'm going to split it up between the two videos. Some people may need the valve block info, and some people may just need the nitrogen info. So please like the video if you like the Cayenne content and you're interested in like learning about Cayenne maintenance. Please subscribe. I appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.